Welcome to Nimble Minds Talks of Self and Spirituality, where we talk about different philosophical perspectives as well as spiritual practices. And I just talk about topics that I find interesting and I believe can bring some deeper insights as well as thoughts to the conversation. So, this conversation is going to be just about focus, okay? And it's going to be still pertaining to the temptations and what's right, but it's going to be about maintaining focus even when you're presented with the temptations, especially lust out there, because there's a lot of people out there. I am not excluded. I am not, an exception to any of these rules. But when it comes to temptations, lust, gluttony, deceit, wanting to engage in whether it's drinking, and smoking and things like that, it can be very tempting. Okay, there's a lot of people out there that, especially guys, men out there, that they're easily guided by of the words of a woman. They're easily guided by the looks of a woman. Okay, and I'm not talking about if you're handling business or you're just taking care of just daily things you would do as an adult, and you're talking to a woman and you have to talk to some woman or something. That's not what I'm talking about at all. Okay, that's just a part of life. You're gonna interact with the opposite sex. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm talking about when you're guided that way and you're not able to think clearly anymore because lust has taken over. You're not able to think clearly anymore because temptations have taken over. You're not able to think clearly anymore because you're now drinking with a woman. You're not able to think clearly anymore because you're now smoking with a woman. And you're not able to think clearly anymore because you may not even be drinking or smoking with a woman, but now you're in the presence of women or maybe a woman, and now she's able to say these nice things about you and maybe touch you in a kind of way that makes you lose the faculties of control and logical thinking in your mind. And now you're over there laid up and maybe and most likely wasting your time. So these are the things that I'm talking about when it comes to staying focused. Okay, it's very easy, especially for men out there, to become derailed. Okay, when they're dealing with women, it's just how it is. One day you could have the most focused guy, you could have the most locked in guy, right? And then next, a woman comes along, says a couple of nice things, and shows him the right things, and all of a sudden now he's not able to focus anymore. Now he's done lost his way. Now he's done strayed from the path, okay? And worse comes to worse, maybe he ends up having children. Now it's all over. Now it's like, I'm not trying to say there's no hope, but it's very difficult now because there's a whole another person, there's a whole another being now that's involved in this equation. So, what I'm saying, it's really difficult to maintain and regain that focus after you've went out and had children, especially if this was not a part of the plan, especially if this just happened because you could not control yourself, especially if this happened because you could not control the temptations, especially if this happened because you could not control your lust, and now you're out here with another child, okay? Now you're out here subtracting from your plus. I'm going to keep saying this. Don't be the person that's out here engaging in your lust so you subtract from your plus. Don't be that person. It's very easy to lose focus. People lose it every day. Okay? All you have to do is go outside, see a beautiful woman, try to talk to them, and all of a sudden now your whole thing's derailed. Now you're out here trying to chase something that does not need to be chased. Now you're out here trying to get some number that does not need to be gotten. Now you're out here trying to have someone's Instagram that does not matter. Now you're out here trying to get somebody's Facebook that does not matter. Now you're out here trying to talk to this woman that does not matter in the grand scheme of things because you need to stay focused, okay? Unless you're out here trying to have a child right now, then you do not need to be out here just entertaining these women for no reason, okay? Unless your goal is to just sleep with so many women, which I do not recommend, then you do not need to be out here just, going back and forth with all these women for no reason, okay? When it comes to things like this, and not being able to control your temptations and your lust, right? You invite a lot of unnecessary drama. You invite a lot of unnecessary things into your life when you're not focused, okay? It's very easy to do this, and that's what makes it difficult, okay? I've always been a person growing up that appreciates a challenge, okay? And obviously growing up, you realize that sometimes you don't need to make things more difficult than they need to be. And one of the greatest challenges you will face, especially as a man, is saying no to women, is saying no to your lust, is saying no to the desires that you have as a human being, okay? That's one of the hardest things you would do. But guess what? Although that can be difficult, it will also start to, weed out all the unnecessary drama, weed out all the unnecessary problems and issues that arise when you come to dealing with so many women for no reason, when it comes to dealing with these temptations around these women for no reason, okay? It's very easy. You get invited to go out, okay? You have a couple of friends, they like to go out, hang out, go mingle and, be single Pringles with all these women out here and go to clubs. That's great. I'm not saying don't do that, okay? I'm not trying to control anybody. Go live your life, okay? Do you. But at the end of the day, you're probably going to have friends out here that are interested in that, okay? They're going to invite you out. They're going to be like, hey, let's go do this. Let's go do that. Next, you're out there doing this and doing that. And next, after you do that, a drink, one shot later, two shots later, three shots later, four shots later, however many shots later, now all of a sudden you're talking to the woman. Now you're feeling like you the best Mac that there has ever been since Return of the Mac, okay? And now all of a sudden you're talking to these women all of a sudden. And then what happens? You might end up laying around, okay? You might end up making jokes and all these things. And then next thing you're sleeping with this woman. Now she's involved in your life. Did she need to be involved in your life? Hey, only you know the answer to that. But I'm telling you, you end up inviting a lot of unnecessary drama into your life. You end up inviting a lot of unnecessary temptations into your life when you cannot stay focused, okay? What does that mean to stay focused? Well, everyone has a goal. Everyone has a plan in this life. Everyone has something they want to accomplish, okay? Maybe that thing you want to accomplish is having a child. If you want to have a child, then okay, then go out here, have a child. But I'm telling you right now, you need to give that time. You need to give that thought, okay? That's not something you just get up and go do. That's not something that you see somebody do and you're like, okay, I could do that too. That's not what that is, okay? It's something you need to give thought. There's people out here that have goals and they need to focus on it. What is those goals? Maybe financially they want to be focused. Maybe physically they want to be focused. Maybe mentally they want to be better focused, okay? So if they want to focus on those goals, a woman is not going to be there. A woman is not going to be a part of that equation, okay, whether you like it or not. That's just how it has to be, okay? And once again, that's why I say these things. This is not for everybody. At the end of the day, this is not for everybody. I'm going to have to say it again. At the end of the day, this is not for everybody. There's some people out there that cannot go a week, okay, without talking to a woman. There's people out there that can't go a week. I got to sleep with some coochie. There's people out there that can't go a week. I got to get some coochie. There's people out there that can't go a week. Put down the drink. There's people that can't go a week. I got to have a smoke. There's people that can't go a week. I got to lie. There's people that can't go a week. I got to gossip. There's people that can't go a week. I got to be deceitful. There's people that can't go a week and put down the coochie, okay? I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. That's the world we live in, all right? It's not supposed to be easy. Temptations are not supposed to be easy. I've struggled, okay? The Lord knows I've struggled, but we're better, okay? And we're doing the right things right now. That's why I'm even talking like this, okay? We're doing the right things right now, okay? Once again, that's why I'm even talking like this. I'm not engaged in these temptations. I'm not giving it to any lust. My phone is dry, okay? And I take pride in my phone being dry, okay? I don't care if it sounds lame. I'll be lame. I don't care if it sounds goofy. I'll be goofy. Ha, ha, ha. Laugh at me. I could care less, okay? Because at the end of the day, I'm staying focused. At the end of the day, I'm not inviting any unnecessary drama into my life, okay? Because it's all fun and games until something happens. It's all fun and games until somebody has a child. Wham, wham in the background. Now all of a sudden, ain't nobody laughing anymore. Now it's frowns. So it's all fun and games until you actually are out there sleeping around, and then there's a child involved, and then now you have to have serious conversations, okay? It's all fun and games till you're sleeping around, and now all of a sudden you're going back and forth with the woman. What do you look like? Why are you even arguing with her right now, okay? It's all fun and games until you got all these women gossiping and starting all the drama for no reason, okay? It's all fun and games until now you can't focus on your career, okay? Now you're on the verge of losing your career, okay? Because you cannot stay focused and stay away from these women, okay? It's all fun and games until now you can't focus. Maybe you were in the gym consistently. Okay? And now you're messing with these women, and now she got you eating good, okay? Now you can't focus in the gym because you're out here eating her cooking, and I'm not saying the cooking is trash. The cooking is probably something so good, you know what I'm saying? It's making you want to smash, and that's the problem, okay? You need to stay focused. You can't be doing that, okay? If you're a person who's actually serious, because there's people who are not serious, and let them not be serious, but the people who are actually serious, okay? The people who are actually trying to put in work, okay? It's not going to be easy, okay? You're going to have to say no to the coochie. You're going to have to say no to these women out here, okay? Because at the end of the day, it's just games. At the end of the day, it's just games. You're going to have to say no to the games, okay? Because you're focused on what you have to do. Whatever that is that you have to do, whether that's getting mentally better, physically better, your general well-being, financially better, maybe that's working on your career, whatever it is that you're doing, you have to stay focused, okay? And at the end of the day, one wrong move, okay, one wrong nut, one wrong bust could end you in a Could put you in a spot, okay? It could put you in a spot where you're subtracting from your plus. One wrong nut, one wrong bus could put you in a spot where now you're subtracting from your plus. That's why one wrong nut, one wrong bus puts you in a spot where you're subtracting from your plus. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So you need to be careful out here, and you need to stay focused, okay? Because the women are out here on the prowl, okay? Spider-Man, think about the prowler. These women, they prowler, okay? Okay, they out here prowling, okay? They trying to pounce, okay? They trying to pounce, and you got to be able to bob and weave. You got to be able to bob and weave, otherwise they're going to catch you. They're going to wobble you, okay? And that's just part of the game, but you got to be careful because if you just give up, if you just give up, if you just give up, you lost. You lost, they got you. If you just give up, they got you, okay? There's people out here that are losing every day. There's people out here that are getting God every day, okay? Because they're giving into their lust. They're not able to withstand for them temptations, okay? Let me give a couple more examples, all right? One example, there's probably a woman that you just met. Now you want to hit her up. No, you got to say no, okay? Let's say there's another example. You're a person that's actually doing good, okay? You're not giving into temptations anymore. You're actually focused, okay? You're not just talking the talk. You're actually walking the walk, okay? So now you're out here focused. Let's say there's a woman you haven't talked to in a while. She looks good. She hits you up. No, I don't even know why her number's still in your phone, but she hits you up. You got to say no. It's not even funny. I'm so serious. She hit you up. No. Send you a picture. No. Don't even look at it. Send you a picture. Delete. Text message, delete. I'm so serious. Like, you got to say no. It's not even funny. Don't even entertain it. Don't even entertain it. Like, it's to the point where it's like, if you're actually serious, this woman is sending you a text, bro, it ain't even a flex anymore. Like, that's goofy. Like, it's not even a flex anymore. It's just like, no, bro. Like, I'm not trying to talk to you, bro. Like, it's good. You ain't even got to say that. That's the greatest part about all this. You ain't even got to say that. Don't even respond. That's the beauty of it, okay? That's the beauty of it. You ain't even got to say all that, okay? This is stuff that could just be going off in your head. You could just be thinking about this stuff instead, right? You ain't even got to say nothing. She hit you up, send you a pic. No. Trying to text, hey, no. Hi and bye. Like, it's that simple, okay? Like, you don't even have to be disrespectful, okay? Because a lot of people, when they hear stuff like this, they automatically start getting in their feelings. They automatically start thinking it's something disrespectful. It ain't nothing disrespectful. It ain't nothing disrespectful, okay? Keep it respectful. Keep it PG. Keep it respectful. Okay, but at the end of the day, you're focused. At the end of the day, you have goals in mind. So at the end of the day, you got to make sure you're not getting sidetracked. You got to make sure you're staying focused, because it's very easy to get derailed. It's very easy to go have a couple of drinks. Next, she's saying something that's making you not think. I'm so serious. Have a couple of drinks, now you don't think. That is that easy. It is that easy, okay? It's very easy out here nowadays, okay? The dating apps, all types of stuff, the corn online, the dating online, you meet people online and all types of stuff. It's too easy. It's too easy nowadays, okay? The hardest thing to do nowadays is to actually stay focused on something and say no to the coochie, okay? The hardest thing to do nowadays is say no to the distractions, because the distractions are so easy and the distractions are made to seem like the right thing to do. So nowadays, it's actually very easy to do the wrong thing, okay? There's a movie called Do the Right Thing. That's what I'm talking about. Go do the right thing, okay? Nowadays, it's hard to do the right thing, okay? It's hard to do the right thing nowadays, okay? It's not easy to do that. It's not easy to, watch how much you're eating, watch what you're eating, okay? That's not the easy thing to do, because you know what I'm saying, the 4 for 4 is out there, okay? The easy combos and the deals at the fast food meals is out there, okay? It's easy, very easy to do that. So it's harder to stay focused, okay? It's harder to say no to certain things, okay? That's the hard thing to do. So if you're a person who actually likes a challenge, if you're a person who actually likes to not even just like a challenge, but actually wants to do the right thing, then it's going to be harder to do the right thing, okay? It's very easy to do the right thing or do the wrong things in this world, okay? It's very easy to go and just drink all the time. It's very easy to go and smoke all the time. It's very easy to go and be around women all the time, to have the vibes and want to smoke and do all that stuff all the time. That's very easy, okay? Because then all they got to do is say something to stroke your ego, right? Oh, you look good, or you smell good, or you got muscles, all that stuff. As soon as I hear that stuff, alarm, 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 alarm. As soon as I hear that stuff, alarm, 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 it's going off for me, okay? I'm just being real with you. As soon as I hear anything like that, I'm watching you, because I'm like, what are you talking about, okay? I don't even know you like that. So what are you talking about? Like, I'm watching you, okay? I'm watching you. So that's how it should be if you're a person who's focused, okay? If you're a person who's really out here trying to do the right thing, okay, just know it's not going to be easy. You just know you're going to have people around you that are not doing the right thing. Just know you're going to have people around you that are not interested at all in saying no to the coochie, that are not interested at all in saying put down the drink, that are not interested at all in taking a break from the smoking, that are not interested at all in taking a break from the temptations. There's people around you that are not interested at all in actually trying to be better. There's people around you that are not interested at all in losing weight. There's people around you that are not interested at all in actually trying to be better. There's people that are going to be around you that are not interested at all in actually doing the right thing. But guess what? That doesn't matter, because you matter. And if you're the person that's trying to do the right thing out there, okay, then you need to focus. Okay, then you need to understand, okay, this is what we're going to do, okay? If you're a person out there that's abstaining from lust, so you don't subtract from your plus. If you're a person that's out there abstaining from your lust, so you don't subtract from your plus, okay, then that's what matters. You need to be doing the right thing, okay? Don't release your seed. Keep your seed. Once again, I'm not telling y'all to do anything I am not doing. I'm not telling you to do anything I am not doing. That'd be hypocritical of me, and I don't agree with that, so I'm not going to do that. Okay. Once again, retain your seed. Okay. Don't go out here spilling your seed all willy nilly. Okay. Keep them children. Keep them children. Okay. I'm gonna say keep them children. Keep them children. Keep them children. Okay. Keep them children inside of you. They will thank you. Trust me. Those children will thank you for being responsible, okay? It sounds crazy. I don't care. Them children gonna thank you, and you gonna feel the energy inside of you, okay? When you retain that seed, you're not out here spilling it all willy nilly. Those kids will thank you, okay? And you won't have to be dealing with post nut clarity, okay? Like, why did I do that? Why did I do this? Okay? Who is she? Okay? Why did I even sleep with her? There was nothing there except lust, okay? You won't have to worry about that, okay? You won't have to worry about getting random calls on your phone. Who was that girl from last night? You won't have to worry about that, okay? You won't have to worry about, oh my goodness, did I have a child? Oh my goodness, is she pregnant? Oh my goodness, now we're gonna have to figure out how to get an abortion or something. You're not gonna have to worry about that, okay? Because you have self-control, okay? You're not gonna have to worry about that, okay? And prevention is better than cure. So imagine being the guy that's like, dang, at the end of this life, I did what I had to do. I don't even have to worry about none of that because I knew I stayed true. Okay, imagine being the person at the end of this life, you're like, oh my goodness, I did what I had to do. I don't even got to worry about half that stuff because I stayed true. Imagine being that person, okay? I want to be that person. Imagine being that person. I hope you want to be that person, okay? Imagine being that person. Imagine being that person, okay? There's not a lot of people that can be that person. There's not a lot of people that can be that person, okay? I talk about it all the time. I've talked about it in my previous video, my other videos. That land cable connection, that connection with the spirit, with the soul. There's the people that are already out there. There's already people that kick past the goal, okay? There's already people that are way past that. They can't recover their connection, but there are people out there that still have that land cable connection. There are people that still have that connection to the spirit, to the soul, to the Most High, to God. There's people that still have that connection, and you need to do what you can to make sure you preserve that connection. Not only protect it, God gonna be fine. Not only protect it, God gonna be fine, but you need to preserve that connection for you. You need to preserve that connection for you. So you can't be out here sleeping around, okay? Because that's a big one. The lust is a big one. You can't be out here exchanging all these energies with these random people. That lust is a big one, okay? You can't be out here just, drinking with everybody. You can't be out here smoking with everybody, okay? And maybe there was a time when you were younger and you were having a good time. I get it. But now that you understand what's going on, now that you understand where you're at, you can't be out here doing that. You can't be out here doing that no more. Okay, nope, you can't do it anymore. Okay, not saying you can't have a good time, by yourself, and every now and then, sure, self-control. Don't spill your seed though. Don't spill your seed though. Maintain the seed. Don't give into the lust though. But you can't be out here smoking with everybody. You can't be out here drinking with everybody. You can't be out here lying with everybody. You can't be out here gossiping with everybody. You can't be out here being friends with everybody. You can't be out here lusting after every single girl you see because she got a nice chest and titties. You can't be out here lusting after every girl you see because she got a left cheek and a right cheek. It just don't make any sense anymore. It gets to a point where some of that stuff, it just stops making sense, okay? You can't be out here doing that. You have to be better. You have to be better. And once again, I have to say this in most of my videos. I just have to, because I have to be humble about this. I'm nobody special. I am nobody special. Once again, I am nobody special, okay? I can be easily tempted like anybody else. Lust comes after me like it comes after anybody else, okay? I'm saying all this stuff now, and I could easily go spill the seed and go watch some porn. I could easily try to get on a dating app and figure it out. Or if it really is that bad, go buy some coochie. There's a supply, so there's a demand. I'm just saying there's a demand, so there's a supply. I'm just saying it's out there. I'm going to be real, it's out there. Okay, but I'm saying what? No. Every time I get those thoughts, no, it ain't worth it, okay? Because at the end of the day, the truth is, it's really not worth it, though, okay? If you really want the truth is, a lot of that stuff is not worth it, okay? The truth is, you need to get rid of that FOMO, the fear of missing out, because of YOLO, because you only live once. You know what? You only do live once, but if you do it right, once is enough, okay? So, get rid of that FOMO, that fear of missing out, because I'm telling you right now, you ain't missing out on nothing. You're not missing out on anything. You're not missing out on anything. Trust me, you're not missing out on anything. What is there that you're missing out on, okay? It's a lot of it is just a trick to make you believe that you're somewhere that you're not supposed to be. You're right where you need to be. You are right where you need to be. A lot of the stuff you see on the internet, a lot of the stuff you see on the social media, don't even believe it, okay? Take it with a grain of salt, literally and figuratively, okay? Don't even believe it. They're trying to trick you to make you believe that you're somewhere you don't need to be, but you're right where you need to be. Don't even believe it, Okay, because then ask yourself this: if they're actually having such a great time, if it's actually what it looks like, why do they have to record every single second of it? Why do I need to know every time that they're having a great time? Because I'll tell you what, there's times I'm having the time of my life, and the last thing I'm thinking about is recording it. The last thing I'm thinking about is picking up a phone. The last thing I'm thinking about is trying to get everybody that they have to, everybody and their moms has to know about it. That's the last thing I'm thinking about. So ask yourself that: if there's really such a great time, why does every single second have to be recorded? Why does every single thing have to be? If it's really such a great time, okay? And once you start asking yourself those questions, why, it becomes very clear why. Because really, there ain't nothing. There's nothing you're missing out on. There's nothing you're missing out on except some expensive, drinks, women that look good. Not saying they're ugly, right? You got to be honest. They look good, right? Women that look good, and that's about it, okay? And maybe like a big house party or something with some pool and some chlorinated water or something like that. I don't even know, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But there's nothing you're missing out on. I promise you that there's nothing you're missing out on, okay? And if you think you're missing out on something, okay, especially if you're young, you're probably thinking that, okay, go live your life, go have fun, and then come back to yourself and have that conversation. Like, did I really do anything? The answer is probably no. You're probably going to do more by retaining your seed. You're probably going to do more by resisting temptation. You're probably going to make a lot more progress mentally, spiritually, physically, and literally by saying no to temptations, by saying no to the drink, putting down the blunt, putting down the coochie, stopping lying, stopping the deceit, stopping the gossip. You're going to make a lot more progress on yourself, and you'll be the most proud that you have ever been. I can promise you that. I can guarantee you that. Okay, that's when you're gonna make a lot of progress. Not when you're out here chasing coochie on a string. Like, no, that's not when you're gonna do it. Pin the tail on the donkey. That's not when you're gonna do it. That's not it. It ain't happening like that. It's not happening like that, coach. It's not happening like that. It's not gonna happen like that. But when you start saying no and you actually start being better, okay, and you're not out here acting like a dog that needs a bone, then you're gonna see progress, okay? That's when you're gonna see progress, okay? So say no to the lust. Say no to the temptations. It's gonna be easy, no, but is it supposed to be easy? No, okay? But will you see benefits? Will you see progression? Absolutely. Will you make strides that you did not think were possible? Absolutely. When you start saying no, because this stuff is hard. It's hard to say no to the stuff that's right there on your phone, okay? It's hard to say no to the stuff that's right there on the internet, okay? It's hard to say no when you see an ad and now you want to go watch corn. Just say no. Say no, okay? So with that being said, that's the video. I hope you could take something from this and add it to your life for a positive change, okay, and positive results. I really do. With that being said, that's the video. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.